Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mohammad Ismail, Department of Zoology, JT College, Malegaon. In this video, we will discuss about basic characteristic features of chordates and non-chordates. And we also discuss about comparative study of chordates and non-chordates. So let's start. Members of phylum Chordata have four primary characters. Chordate are the organisms which have four distinguishing features which are not found in any other organism or non-chordates. What are those characteristic features? The first one is presence of notochord. Presence of notochord is the unique feature of chordates. Now, what is notochord? Notochord is the primary characteristic features of chordates, and it is an elastic rod-like structure which extend through chordate organism, providing support to the body, and it is located along the mid dorsal line where it forms the axis of support for the body, and in some animals it persists as such throughout the life, while in most chordate it develops into vertebral column. In some organisms, the notochord is converted into a bony material which is known as vertebral column, and those organisms are known as vertebrates. Okay, so this is the first characteristic feature of chordate, unique feature of chordates. Now the second one is presence of a hollow tubular nerve cord. Presence of hollow tubular nerve cord. Now, what is nerve cord? Nerve cord is the dorsal tubular cord of nervous tissues. It is made by nervous tissues and it forms a tubular cord like structure. It present above the notochord. It develops an anterior part, the brain, and the posterior part, spinal cord. Means it made by nervous tissues. It looks like a rod-like structure. Its anterior swollen part is known as the brain, and the posterior tubular part is known as the spinal cord. Okay, so it is also the second important feature of chordates. With the two together, they are making up the central nervous system for organism. Now, the third important characteristic feature is the presence of gill slits. Gill slits is also the third important part. Now, it connects the pharynx. The pharynx region are present at some stage of the life. Means at some stage, at least it should be present. So we can classify those organisms as a chordate. Most aquatic chordates respire by gills made up of vascular filament present along the gill slits. As we know that pharyngeal gill slits are the organs basically used by the aquatic organism for respiration. So most of the aquatic chordates respire by the gills, and they are made by vascular filaments along the gill slits. However, in terrestrial chordates, which do not breathe by the gills slits are found only in embryonic life. This one should be you should have to keep in mind that in terrestrial organism there is no pharyngeal gill slits, but it present in embryonic life because the terrestrial chordate do not breathe by the gills. Okay, they use basically trachea and lungs for respiration. Okay, so this is the third important criteria for distinguishing the chordates and non-chordates. Now, fourth important characteristic feature of chordate is the post-anal tail. It present at least in some stage of life. It represent a posterior elongation of the body extending beyond the anal aperture. Means beyond the anal aperture there is enlargement of body part, and that part is known as the post-anal tail. The tail is basically a chordate locomotory structure, locomotory organ. It is used as a locomotory organ, and it consisting of muscles and notochord. There is extension of notochord is also there. So these are the four basic characteristic features. In this figure we can find the 4 basic characteristic features and their position in typical animal body. Look at this, all the 4 structure where it is present. Notochord is grayish in color, dorsal hollow nerve cord is above and dorsal to the notochord. Now look at the post-anal tail and pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, so these are the characteristic features. Besides these distinguishing characters of chordates, now we are going to see the comparative characteristic features of chordate and non-chordate. What are the differences between the chordates and non-chordate? These are the basic. We actually gone through the 4 distinguishing features which is only present in the chordates. Now we are going to see the comparative study or distinguishing features of chordates and non-chordates. In the first column is the basis of comparison, is given on what basis we are going to compare chordate and non-chordate. So in the first column there is a characteristic features and whether it is present in chordate or non-chordate, the condition is described in the second and third column. Now the first thing we are going to see is the respiration. How and which organ is responsible for respiration, how respiration takes place in chordate and non-chordate, and which organ is responsible for respiration. So respiration through gills or lungs, it in chordates it happens through gills or lungs, while in non-chordate through body surface, through gills, and trachea is also used for respiration. This is the comparative study. Now second thing is the body temperature. In chordate means the chordates are sometimes, some chordates are cold-blooded and some chordates are warm-blooded. Means cold-blooded animals are those animals which cannot maintain their body temperature constant, while the warm-blooded animals instead of fluctuating the temperature outside the body, they can maintain the internal body temperature. That's why they are known as warm-blooded animals. While the body temperature in non-chordates are totally cold-blooded one. Now third one is, as we have seen already, notochord. In chordates it present at some stage or replaced by a backbone made of ring-like vertebrae present in embryo. Okay, this is the characteristic feature of chordate. While in non-chordate, notochord is absent or backbone is totally absent. Nervous system in chordate it is hollow and centrally and dorsally placed. Look at this in bracket, it is the most important part. In chordate the nervous system means nerve cord is hollow, okay, and it is placed centrally and dorsally, while in non-chordate it is solid one and it is also central one, but it present in ventral side of the body. Okay, symmetry. How we can divide organism equally? So symmetry in chordate there is a bilateral symmetry is there, while in non-chordate there is radial symmetry, biradial, bilateral, or it can be absent. Like in poriferian animals, we cannot find any symmetries there or symmetric animals there. Now come to the third important next part is metamerism. Metamerism means what? Metamerism means linear series of body segments. Whether the metamerism is present or not in organism, so it can be used. This property is used for the distinguishing between chordates and non-chordates. So in chordate there is true metamerisms there, means equal distribution of body segments and internal body part is there, while in non-chordate, in some non-chordate also, true metamerism you can find like in annelids or pseudo metamerism or absent, it can be absent. Post-anal tail, as we have already seen, usually present in chordate while it is totally absent in non-chordates. A grade of organization, how body is made. So in chordate there is organ system grade of organization is there. Okay, while in non-chordates protoplasmic to organ system, all types of organization is there. Like, okay, so next one is the gut position. where the digestive system is present. Ventral to the nerve cord in chordates means nerve cord is dorsal side of the body, while its ventral side there is a presence of gut or digestive tract. While in non-chordate, the nerve cord is ventral to the gut system or any ventral canal, means it is dorsal to the nerve cord. While the pharyngeal gill slits present at some stages of life in chordates, while it is totally absent in non-chordates. Next one is the germ layers. In all the chordates are triploblastic, means 3 germ layers is there. During embryogenesis, there is a presence of or development of 3 germ layers like ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. While in non-chordate it can be absent, or the non-chordate, some non-chordates are diploblastic, means only presence of 2 germ layers is there, and the third one is some non-chordates are also triploblastic. Now come to the next important part, coelom. All the chordates are true coelomate. All the chordates are true coelomate, means presence of true coelom is there. While some non-chordates are acoelomate, some are pseudocoelomate and some are true coelomate. Now look at all these 3 examples are given here, like flatworms, annelids and nematodes. These are all non-chordates. You can find all the 3 conditions. The first one is planaria, which is a flatworm, Platyhelminthes, which are the acoelomate organisms. Look at this. Here there is no any space is there between the epidermis, means ectoderm, and endodermis, means endoderm, digestive tract. There is in between these two, the tissues are totally filled with. There is no spaces there. That's why these organisms are known as acoelomate. Now come to true coelomate organism. Its best example is the annelid. It is also a non-chordate one. Look at this. The ectoderm. In between the ectoderm means the body covering, and the endoderm means digestive tract. There is a white space is there. That space is known as the coelom. And the pseudocoelomates means nematodes. Nematode in this, the body covering, in between the body covering and digestive tract there is a presence of coelom, but at some areas there is a presence of some tissues is there, so there is that coelom is known as pseudocoelomate. Now the next part is the blood vascular system. What type of blood vascular system is present in all chordates? So it is the type of closed type of circulatory system, means blood flow in blood vessels, arteries and veins. But while in the non-chordate it absent, or if present, open or closed type. Okay. Heart basically present ventrally in chordates, in all chordates, while it is absent, or if present, it present on dorsal or lateral side of the body in non-chordates. Nerve cord, as we have seen, it's single one, dorsal one, without ganglion in chordates. As we have seen, our spinal cord is without ganglion. Okay, so it is the nerve cord. It present in the dorsal side of the body, and single is there, single unit is there. While in non-chordates, it's double, ventral, usually bearing ganglions. Okay. Reproduction. Sexual reproduction is predominant in chordates, in all chordates, while asexual reproduction is predominant in non-chordate. Next one is the regeneration power. Regeneration power is usually very poor in chordates. Okay, very poor in chordates, while it is usually well developed in non-chordates. As we have seen that some non-chordates basically develop their lost part of the body, like starfish. Okay, so it is the power of regeneration. So it is well developed in non-chordate, while it is poorly developed in chordates. Exo and endoskeleton. What type of endoskeleton is present? So both are present in chordates. Like we have seen in human being also, nails, hairs are the exoskeleton, which is present in all chordates. Its type is present in all chordates, while endoskeleton, it can be bony as well as cartilaginous. While in non-chordate, only exoskeleton is present, no endoskeleton is there, no bony endoskeleton or cartilaginous skeleton is there. Now the last part is the example, as we know that hemichordates also considered in chordates, cyclostomata, eos, reptiles, amphibians and mammals. These are all comes in chordates. While non-chordate examples, as we know that poriferan animals, coelentrates, arthropod, platyhelminthes, annelids, these are the examples of non-chordates. So I hope the video is informative.